Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 17th.
Thanks for joining us, and we have a lot to get to on the show today, but first we're going to start with some news just into our newsroom.
Yes, developing city news from San Antonio City Council. District 7 Councilwoman Ana Sandoval will be stepping down from her role. She's been a councilwoman for the past 5.5 years.
She said, quote, while serving has been fulfilling, it is now time for me to direct my attention to personal matters, including my new family, end quote. And we're told that Sandoval will be speaking later this morning, so stay tuned for more information on this story.
Let's jump right into a forecast, warming up to 57 degrees. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning to you guys. Yes, a nice morning. We've seen some fog in spots, but not here in San Antonio, and it's going to be a hot afternoon. That much we know for sure. We could be approaching some records a little bit later today. Here's a look at some of the fog. You got to go east and southeast of San Antonio before you really run into some of that. But if you're out near Gonzales, down towards Cuero, Kennedy, Beeville, there is some fog there. Should lift here fairly soon. Temperature-wise, 57 degrees at the airport. There are some 40s on the map up towards Kerrville and Comfort. 49 as you get out towards Seguin. 55 down in Pleasanton. So as I said, a cool morning, but temperatures really do get cranked up this afternoon. Pollen count. Mountain Cedar still in the high category, but it went down quite a bit. It's at 860. Molds are low at 320. Good to see that. And your forecast for today, 81. The forecast high. We'll see mostly sunny skies early, some increasing clouds late. And then a lot of clouds overnight into tomorrow morning where we could see a shower or two, but don't get too excited because the rain chances really aren't that good. Records, yeah, we could be challenging some records today, entirely possible. We mentioned that stray shower. There's a brief window for that tomorrow morning. We'll time it all out for you here in just a few minutes. And fire danger, there is a chance for an issue with fires, grass fires with gusty winds and drier air moving in tomorrow afternoon. All of that in your forecast here in just a few minutes. But let's get over to Steven now and look at those roadways. Good morning, sir.
Well, things are moving along just fine from these TransGuide shots, but let's get you to the map because the map is picking up a few issues out there. Now, US 90, this is something new. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown that's building up that could be in the eastbound lanes, but I'll track that in just a moment. But I do want to bring your attention again, as I mentioned, to the map where we have a number of issues out there. I-10 eastbound at Fair Oaks Parkway. This is just a little bit closer into Bernie. We are seeing a crash that's causing a lot of issues out there for drivers that are traveling maybe into San Antonio. But this is one of those spots, unfortunately, where those TransGuide cameras are not going to be able to show us the conditions. So this is something we'll have to watch closely on the map. But let's take a big jump here because we do have progress. Jumping is going to be a lot of what we're going to be doing here during this traffic hit. Loop 1604 eastbound at Nacogdoches Road. We did have a crash that was reported out there a little bit earlier. Another spot where, unfortunately, no TransGuide cameras will show us the conditions, but it does look like TxDOT has just cleared that crash, so better news to report out there. But we're still seeing a little bit of a slowdown in both the east and westbound lanes. Let's take a drive now over here to 281. We have a new crash reported in those southbound lanes right near Grayson Street. Now, it's not causing a big buildup of traffic, but it is a still pretty busy area, so you know that there's going to be a little bit of a slowdown that takes place. And I do want to take one last jump over here to US 87 in those eastbound lanes right near Foster Road. We have an incident that we're trying to confirm that's reported, but it's not causing any issues for drivers in those lanes, so just something to be on the lookout for. Wide look at the map does show we still have a lot of slowdowns that are lingering in our metropolitan area. But we'll be tracking things throughout the morning, and I'll have those updates throughout GMSA at 9, so just stay with us for the very latest, guys.
Stephen, thank you.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
Jury selection begins today in the murder trial of Air Force Major Andre McDonald. He's accused of murdering his wife back in 2019. After several delays, the case is finally going to court. We'll be live streaming the entire trial from gavel to gavel. You can watch it live on KSAT.com or on our YouTube channel or any way you stream us.
This morning, Governor Greg Abbott is officially beginning his third term as Texas governor. His inauguration is today on the Capitol grounds in Austin. It will begin with a prayer service, and then Abbott will take his oath of office. We have a crew in Austin to cover the governor's remarks.
After last month's travel meltdown, Southwest Airlines says it has returned virtually all of the bags and processed almost all the refunds to customers. It's also hired an aviation consulting firm to assess the event and make recommendations so it doesn't happen again. The airline has also budgeted more than $1 billion of its annual operating plan on improving and maintaining its IT systems.
Multiple sources say there could be more searches ahead for classified documents at locations connected to President Biden. The president's team has searched a private office in Washington, D.C., and his 2 homes in Delaware, where the White House says files may have been shipped during Biden's 2017 transition out of office as vice president. So far, they found about 20 classified documents.
Cryptocurrencies are rallying after a rough 2022. Bitcoin is up 25% over last month. They are the world's most popular crypto, but that's still down from a peak of about 69,000 in November 2021 when FTX imploded towards the end of last year. It sent shockwaves through the entire crypto industry.
New signs that we may be starting to turn a corner on inflation. Several companies, including the company behind Corona Beer, are planning to slow down price hikes or pause them altogether. One of the main factors, slowing sales.
The Fed easing off on interest rates may help bump up gold prices. Analysts now think as inflation eases, more money may go into gold, pushing it above $2,000 an ounce this year. Prices have recently jumped to over $1,900 an ounce, up 18% since November.
Used car prices have dropped. The reason for the drop is the increased supply of new cars. Today's average used car price is about the same as the average new car price in 2010. The price of older used cars has fallen 15% or more from their peaks early in 2022.
More drivers are skipping gas stations altogether. Worldwide electric vehicle sales made up more than 10% of the market last year, the first time that has ever happened. That's today's 9 at 9. In your morning headlines, a 4-year-old caught on security camera wielding a gun around an apartment complex. That video going viral, and residents were flat out scared.
Plus, the guy getting a divorce needs a little anger management because he took his frustrations out on his house with a dump truck.
Okay.
David Sears is here to explain all these stories.
That's a new one.
I don't know why you'd tear up your own stuff, but maybe a little upset, I guess.
A little extreme.
We'll show you that in just a second. Let's start with this. Great question for police in Indiana today. How does a 4-year-old wearing a diaper flash a handgun? There he is right there. You can see the little guy. He's flashing that handgun around this apartment complex. You see him pointing it right there. This is video from a neighbor's security camera showing the 4-year-old pointing at doors and down the stairway, just swinging it around. A neighbor finally called police. They arrived along with a camera crew that was shooting a series for the police. They questioned the boy's father, Shane Osborne, who denied having a gun, but video and witnesses say different.
I came in. And I went to go back outside. I went to go back outside. He was standing about right here holding it. And when I opened the door, he went to flip it up. And I shut the door, told everyone to get away from the door. I'm like, I was like, he has a gun. I was like, that is not a toy. It was the top, the slide was chrome. The bottom half was black.
Okay.
I know I saw it because he pointed it right at me.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
And we were so blessed that that gun was not chambered, or that baby could be dead.
Yeah, so a thorough search took place inside the apartment of the father, and lo and behold, a 9mm in plain sight on a desk. The good news is the gun was not loaded. Osborne was handcuffed, taken in. He could face more charges since he has a felony conviction. There's a man behind the wheel of that dump truck, and he is not delivering dirt. He's delivering a blow to the house right there. Matter of fact, he's tearing up the whole neighborhood. Apparently, he was going through a divorce, was a little upset. At first, he slammed his car into that house. Then he left, came back with a dump truck, and you see what he did to the neighborhood. Tore up fences, tore up other cars parked in the street, and left a trail of destruction. Eventually, he took off. Then he came back a third time in a car, started cussing at people on the street. His soon-to-be ex-wife, Patricia Dunn, now fears for her life, and she is planning on filing a restraining order. No word if the man has been or will be arrested. And there it is. That is the $1.3 billion spot right there. This is the Gas and Grill in New Hampshire. Oh, and they're rich. They sold the winning Mega Millions lottery ticket. Town is all excited. It's called Lebanon, and the residents there are hoping the winner is at least one of them.
I'm hoping that it's one of us locals, so that way, it'd be a story we'll have forever,
We're a small community. We're a small store. We would just hope that it's somebody local.
So it's Maine. across the board, right across the border from New Hampshire.
Gotcha.
I left out the main part.
Okay.
But I got the New Hampshire part.
Hey, it's all right there together.
It's all right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a rich community now. It's a lot of people walking around with some money. The winner has 12 months to claim the money. They don't have to reveal themselves in Maine either. So that's, they might want to keep this. How do you keep a secret when you're walking around with $1.35 billion?
Well, that was our sage advice before that winning ticket was sold. We had one of these national packages. It was like, do it, try to keep it a secret. Don't tell anybody. Yeah. But it's human nature to want to share good news, right?
Well, I mean, you're going to be driving a new car or living in a new house. You're doing something with the money, right?
They want you to be smart with your money, but most of us aren't. All right, David, thank you. We'll talk sports a little bit later. 9:08, 58 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up next.
Good morning, I'm Max Massey. We were talking about beautification efforts downtown, creativity, color, and murals. Look at this. It is amazing. One of the latest murals downtown. We're going to be talking about the project and what comes next.
9:12, using art projects to get more people downtown and engaged in the Alamo City.
Max Massey joins us live downtown at the corner of East Crockett and LaSoya Streets. And Max, how many public art exhibits are there in San Antonio right now?
Good morning, guys. There's more than 60 out here. I want to take a look at this one right here. We're joined here with Andy from Centro San Antonio. So Andy, tell us about this piece.
This piece is A Perfect Day by Allison Gregory. If you look at it, you can see the vibrant colors, a margarita, the river walk. It is absolutely amazing. We love this piece, and it's really livened the block up.
So guys, I'm just going to be completely candid. I'm not a big art guy, but I do like talking about our city and the local economy. And it is amazing to hear and learn how pieces like this, like these murals, they have huge economic implications for San Antonio. So can you explain to the people how the art is bridging this gap?
Absolutely. We like to use art as placemaking tool. So what we do is we install art on private buildings and private spaces to really help business owners, to help the economy, to help downtown and just get people down here and make it more vibrant and cool. This actually used to be a corner driveway. You can kind of see where people would drive up to, drop off their luggage, but now it's a place where you can come and have a margarita. The Hyatt loves this space. You can have some chips and look at the art and just feel how cool our city is. It's like someplace like, Miami or Chicago. So we really love it.
That is fantastic. And you guys actually started this program just a couple years ago, and big anniversary's coming up.
Absolutely. We started it back in 2020, so it was during COVID. We were wondering oh gosh, is this a luxury? But the outpouring of public support was so tremendous that we realized this is a necessity for us. So in addition to the economic impact, art really tells our stories. It kind of elaborates on who we are as a culture, as a city, and just makes us cool. So we decided to continue, and we're going to be celebrating our 3rd anniversary this year.
Okay, and with that 3rd anniversary, 50 more artists?
Yep. 50 more pieces of art, and we shoehorn them in anywhere we can. If you've got a building and you need art, you let us know, because we make art happen.
Okay, we only have about 10 seconds left, but if anyone is an artist watching, how can they get involved?
Go to our website, centrosanantonio.org, or you can email me. Just let me know if you have an idea or whatever, because we want to make art happen, and we want people in downtown San Antonio.
All right, Andy, thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, we have all those answers. Just head to KSAT.com. Guys, back to you.
Beautiful out there. Thank you, Max.
Thank you very much, Max, our in-house Eagles fan, who I would pay good money to see at this point go around town in an Eagles jersey, telling us the best place to get a Philly cheesesteak as he gets ready for the Giants coming up on Saturday night.
Luck.
Yep.
Good luck.
All right, back here at home, 9:14, 58 degrees, beautiful day.
Yep.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about records?
Uh-oh, we're breaking another one? Not the vinyl.
Okay, vinyl. Okay.
Well, those are cool too.
I forgot my RPMs. I forgot. So it was 33 and 40. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I just dated myself hugely.
It's okay. They're making a comeback.
Yes.
Vinyls.
Yeah.
We are going to break. Well, we're going to get close to breaking some records today. I think we may not get there, but it's going to be awful close. As we look at the record for San Antonio today, it's 82. That was set back in 1938 and again in 1999. We're forecasting 81, so we're within range. The forecast in Del Rio is 82. The record is 83. In range there too. All of this to say it's going to be a warm afternoon. Let me show you some of the numbers we're expecting around the area today. 79 in Seguin, 80 in New Braunfels, 82 Hondo, 83 Pearsall. You're probably asking what happened to January. Well, and winter in general. We had our big cold snap in December. It just has not been cool so far this month. As we look down the line, though, maybe a week or so ahead, there could be some cooler air working its way in towards the end of the month. We'll let you know about that. But in the meantime, it's just warm. And as we look outside for you, 57 says mostly cloudy, but we're going to call it mostly sunny. Dew point is at 51, northwesterly winds at about 5 miles per hour. We did not see any fog here in San Antonio this morning. Some places did, though, and we're still seeing some of that out towards Gonzales. Even Seguin, seeing a little bit of reduced visibility there. And as you go south and east, there are some spots where visibility is down to 0, namely Kennedy, and as you get down towards Bevo, about 4-mile visibility. So it's this area right here, southeastern portion of the viewing area, that is still seeing some fog. Our forecast calls for 73 by noontime. We're up to 81, as I said. We'll start to see a little bit of an increase in cloud cover as we get into the afternoon. And then certainly by this evening and tonight, clouds will increase. It'll become cloudy overnight. And then we'll get mostly cloudy skies during the evening hours. And then that chance for a couple of showers coming up tomorrow morning. So let me play it out for you here. This is this afternoon, not much going on. But notice the clouds begin to really increase this evening. This is 10 o'clock. We're going cloudy here in San Antonio. And then we start to see a few light sprinkly showers develop. These are not going to amount to much. It's not going to put a lot in your rain gauge, but it is there. And I would say for the morning commute tomorrow, there could be a few wet roads as these showers work their way through. By 7 o'clock, our rain chance is already starting to dwindle. We have it at 20%, but it's going to probably, these showers will start pushing east as our front comes through. And then by 9 o'clock, we're starting to clear out and drier air filters in, and we'll get some gusty winds behind this front. And it's not going to cool us down a whole lot, but those gusty winds, that drier air, that poses a risk for fire weather, for grass fires. So there is a fire weather watch. It does not include San Antonio, but it includes the Hill Country tomorrow, 12 p.m. to 8 o'clock. Winds 15 to 25, gusting to 35, and that's where you find that issue with grass fires. It has been a very dry stretch. So obviously no outdoor burning or anything like that tomorrow. It'll be problematic. Here's the dew point trend. We talked about the dry air that arrives tomorrow. Dew points fall into the 30s, eventually 20s by Thursday. Starts to build back up as we get into the weekend. So by Saturday, humidity, dew points rise, which sets the stage for another chance of rain on Saturday before we get another front and the dew points drop off again. It is a literal roller coaster here with the dew points. From day to day, it does change. So just be prepared for some drier air coming up tomorrow. Here's the long-range forecast. So that first system moves away. Here comes our second one. And this is the one that maybe brings a little better chance of rain over the weekend. It digs just a little bit further south. It has just a little bit more energy with it. So that's why we think that by Saturday, our rain chances are a little bit better, 30% at this point. It's going to be a little bit cooler on Saturday, too. So if you have weekend plans, you'll want to pay attention. This is not going to be a washout by any stretch of the imagination, but our rain chances are just a little better. We'll have a little more cloud cover. So here it is laid out in 7-day forecast. 75 tomorrow, 71 Thursday, 66 Friday with some increasing clouds, 62 on Saturday with that chance of rain. And then Sunday and Monday will be in the 60s. And we'll see what happens beyond the 7-day forecast. Again, there may be some cooler weather ahead for those who are tired of the heat.
Yeah, I understand.
I kind of like the heat.
Yeah.
For now.
By the way, I refreshed my memory. If you had records back in the day, the little one was a 45 RPM.
45.
The bigger one was a 33 RPM.
Got it.
I remember the 45.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep. Long time ago. 9:19, 58 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
When we come back, Erica Hernandez will be in the studio with us to talk about the murder trial of Andre McDonald and tell us what we can expect from the case.
Just about 9:23, it's a trial we've been waiting for over a year for, and today it finally gets underway, the murder trial of Andre McDonald.
We have a preview out now of that trial as part of our open court special on KSAT.com, but joining us this morning is our court reporter, Erica Hernandez, to talk more about the case. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. All right, tell us a little bit about the special and what is covered in it.
Yeah, so we take you back to the beginning of this case when it first started back in 2019 when Andre McDonald disappeared. So we start from there, kind of give you a timeline of her disappearance to when her body was found, the arrest of Andre, and then what's leading up to the trial. Kind of give you that whole backstory before we actually get into trial, because it has been a few years. This may need some refreshing for some of those, but it was a high-profile case that we covered very extensively when it happened.
Speaking of that, initially we thought this was going to go to trial back in 2021. What was the delay?
So the first delay in 2021 was that the prosecutors had just gotten some more evidence that they hadn't seen yet from the sheriff's office, and not just a little bit, a large amount that had just kind of fell on their laps a week before jury was supposed to be selected. So they asked for a continuance and they got it, and then we kind of stalled. We didn't have any kind of motions filed, anything happened until October last year when finally another motion was filed to see where this case was going. Mind you, Andre McDonald had gotten out on bond by then because his bond had been lowered. So in October, DA is saying, hey, we can go to trial, but we need at least 3 months, a couple months to get all of the witnesses together because they're all from, a lot of them are from out of state, and it takes a lot of time to put everybody together and at a certain time. So that's when the January 17th date was set. And that's where we're at right now.
This is one of the trials that you were saying was going to be a biggie here in the new year. Jury selection starts today. What can we expect going forward?
So I don't anticipate jury selection to take more than a day or two. Sometimes it does, but it's not a capital murder case. It's just a first-degree murder case. So it's not, there's not as many people being called in. After that, we don't know exactly when testimony will start. It could start tomorrow morning, it could start Friday, it could start Monday. I was told some pretrial motions were going to be talked about before, so that just depends on how long those kind of get ironed out between the attorneys and the judge before we actually see a jury come in and opening statements to begin. We will be there throughout the week to make sure we're there. We will be live. We will be live streaming this gavel to gavel like we have before to make sure that all those interested in this case could hear it from the beginning to the end.
And what about the open court special? Where can people go to watch it?
Yeah, you can watch it right now on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and our KSAT YouTube channel. I think we're doing a YouTube live of it later this evening as well after the 6 o'clock news.
Erica, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good to see you. Have a good week. Thank you. Right now, 9:25, 59 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Right now, thousands of people are in Austin, where in less than 2 hours, Governor Greg Abbott will be sworn in for his third term.
Stefania Jimenez joins us live from the Capitol with details on his inauguration. Good morning, Stefania.
Well, good morning to both of you. Yeah, right behind me on this stage is where the governor is going to take his oath of office later on this morning as he begins his third term in office. We should note that the governor is the 5th governor in Texas history to be elected to a third term. And when he delivers his inauguration speech, lots of people are going to be paying close attention to what he says on things like border security and also the economy, because the state of Texas has a $33 billion surplus. And so he and legislators have to work together to figure out what to do with that extra money. One of the ideas that's been floated is the idea of using part of that $33 billion surplus towards lowering property taxes for Texans. Obviously, something that is of a lot of interest to people, since people have been saying that property taxes across the state have been increasing a lot. And so voters are going to be paying close attention to that. We should also mention that the eyes of the nation will also be on the governor when he delivers his speech at noon today, because his name has been floated as a possible presidential contender for 2024. So if he says anything about the national economy, you know that ears are certainly going to be perked up. Now, the governor hasn't mentioned anything about possibly running for office, higher office for 2024. But since his name is being floated, a lot of people are going to be paying close attention to what he says today during his speech. And by the way, the oath of office ceremony is going to start at 11 o'clock this morning, and the governor himself is expected to deliver his speech around noon. And we're live here at the Capitol. Stefania Jimenez, KSAT 12 News. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Stefania.
All right. Beautiful day in Austin. Equally beautiful day down here in San Antonio. Weather-wise, here's Justin.
Yeah, big blue skies out there right now. Beautiful, beautiful morning. Temperatures are starting to warm up, and we'll see them warm up pretty rapidly. I want to start with a picture from KSAT Connect. I'm guessing this was taken last night out of New Braunfels, and it says, "Good night, John Boy." What is that? That's a Waltons reference, right?
Yeah, from Walton. That show, family show back in the 70s.
Yes.
The Waltons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walton Mountain.
There you go.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, David.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it. But you see all the birds there, these grackles, you see them on the trees. It seems like they're so numerous during the winter. But that's a great shot. We appreciate the picture as always. And as we look at the satellite picture, You can see the fog that has developed. It's kind of hard to see, but there on the corner of your screen, bottom right corner, Victoria, Carn City, over to Cuero. That's where we're seeing some patchy fog this morning. We are not seeing that here in San Antonio. This will last for a little while longer, but the visible satellite picture is showing it to us nicely right now. Here's our KSAT 12-hour forecast. 73 noontime, 76 by 1 p.m. Look at that high temperature, 81. That's in range of a record today. It's going to be awful warm, but a front comes through tomorrow morning, changes everything, brings a few showers with it, and cools us down. Some gusty winds with that as well. We'll time it all out for you and get you set for the rest of your work week here in just a few minutes, guys.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
And the Cowboys roll over the Bucs and win their first road playoff game in 30 years.
David is back with RJ to discuss this impressive Dallas win and what's next for the Cowboys. Saw a post from a cardiac nurse, and she said this was a game that apparently all the Cowboys fans, they were setting off every alarm in that room. Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Especially during
Cowboys
those extra point attempts.
Forget about that. If they'd have lost, we'd be talking about it, but they won. They won big. This was the best game Dak Prescott has played in his career.
Wow, okay, David, you said it. Okay,
Best.
I was wondering about that.
When you consider the pressure, when you consider the team they were going against, and when you consider everything that he's been through, especially with all these interceptions he's been throwing all season long, this was his best performance by far in his career.
I will be the first to admit, yesterday I was on here and I said there's no doubt that he's going to throw an interception or had some sort of big turnover, but Dak was amazing from start to finish. Kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start there, but once the offense kind of got rolling, I mean, he was on fire there. Midway first quarter up through the entire game.
Four pass touchdowns.
There's
and
the
then
first one
one
right there.
Ran it in?
Yeah, right there. Hit Dalton Schultz there.
Here's your I had to bring this up.
Points.
So much for, the big party. This poor guy. I don't know what his problem. Wow. But anyway, forget him. He'll be all right. He's fine. This is the best one. They kept bragging about Tom Brady, how he never throws a pick in the red zone. And guess what he did? He threw a pick in the red zone. It's like the first time in like 400 passes in the red zone that he got picked off in the end zone. And I think that sparked. Look at this. I think that sparked. Their defense is terrible, by the way. I think that sparked the Cowboys offense, sparked the Cowboys team. And we talked about yesterday how the Cowboys defense, that was a great fourth down play. They weren't going to kick a field goal because they're afraid they'd miss it, so they just ran it on fourth down.
Well, they missed the extra point. Here's that. Right there.
He made the last one. Give him a credit. That was the longest. Jimmy Johnson would have made him take the bus back.
Yeah, he would have. He may have cut him before he got him.
Well, that's what I say. He cut him. You want Trailways or Greyhound? Is Trailway still out there? Is that still a bus company?
I don't know about that one, David. I know Greyhound is for sure. Yes, definitely Greyhound.
He'd been on the Greyhound bus.
Well, okay, so
wait, hold on.
One. Okay.
No, he missed again.
And this one, I think, finally, Cowboys. At first, they were sort of like, okay, you're good to go, and then a little bit of frustration here from Dak because the rest of the team, David, you mentioned, played great. They're up 18-0 at halftime and really in control of this whole game. From middle of the first quarter to basically the final quarter. Yeah.
Let's hear from the Cowboys about the big win.
It was a way for me to just dial back in. But at the sense, I wiped that clean and just I knew what this game meant. I knew how important it was for us.
Man, it feels great. Going out there, putting up a game like he did today, no turnovers, that was big for us. So it feels great, just watching him have a game like that.
I think he was the heartbeat of the team tonight. I think he definitely was the heartbeat of the team. He made a bunch of tough throws, a lot of tough plays, and just happy all that work he putting in is coming to fruition.
Y'all seen before is all about, there's a lot of stuff going around. People talk about, just that's the type of guy he is. And y'all seen it tonight, what type of guy he is, the way he leads his team, the big plays he can make. And hats off to that guy, man.
You're looking at offensive lineman right there. Yep. Two big keys. The offensive line protected him, gave him time to throw. He made the right decisions. Yep. A lot of times he will get crowded and he'll make the wrong decision. He'll run out of the pocket the wrong way. He'll make a bad pass. He'll do something crazy. He did not make a bad decision pretty much all night long. Every decision he made was good. And the other side of the ball, We talked about this yesterday. The defense got after Tom Brady. I think they only sacked him twice, but they were making him throw the ball in the dirt time after time after time. They got after him yesterday, and they got that one pick in the end zone. And their running game he threw 60-something passes.
Oh, you're talking about the Bucs.
I'm talking about, their running game is terrible. He threw 66 passes yesterday. His arm got to be worn out today. He's got that thing iced down.
Yeah, David, you mentioned the game plan here. Tony Pollard had 17 carries. Ezekiel Elliott 13 carries. Dak even had a few carries in there as well. But you mentioned just not forcing the ball. They were talking earlier about, we got to get CeeDee Lamb the ball, try and get him involved in this game. But you know what? He just took what he had there. Dalton Schultz, nice play to Ferguson. Get the ball down the field, move the chains, and the Cowboys really played pretty well in this game.
Guys, I'm hearing that Jerry Jones just named himself starting kicker for the Niners game.
Stop with the kicker thing.
Okay, all right, I'll let it go.
David don't want the bad juju to
celebrate it. This is the first time they've won a playoff game on the road since 96.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're worried about a kicker who can't get extra
I'm not
point.
worried about this at all.
No, he did make the last one, so hopefully he's got all of his bad kicks out of the way as they take on now the 49ers, David. Here we go. We're talking about a throwback here. They played the Niners last year in Arlington, lost that game, and so they were talking a little bit about, maybe getting back at them this year.
How many times has the Cowboys had to play the 49ers in the playoffs?
Here we go.
My goodness, the history of this matchup is something else.
This may be the last time for a while, David.
Yeah, huh? It'll be the last time for a while.
I'm just making jokes.
Wow. Poor kicker. 5:30 in San Francisco. That'll be interesting start time for this one. And they, Purdy they're pretty good. That's what they keep saying about this. There's the last player taken in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And he's got his team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they've won 11 in a row.
Has not looked like a rookie. I think defensively, Cowboys, and we'll look ahead to this a lot more, but defensively, Cowboys got to try and confuse him, make him kind of make some mistakes because he has not done that. I think Dallas has a good shot here to beat the Niners.
I think so.
We were talking about a couple playoff simulations, RJ. And one mentioned the Cowboys going all the way to the Super Bowl.
I can see it.
And one mentioning the Niners going all the way to the Super Bowl. But I think both had Buffalo winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
So we shall see. I'm going to let Cowboys fans and David Sears enjoy this.
This is going to be a whole different game on Sunday because the 49ers are not
defense.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Not at all. So this will be different. But we'll get to talk about this.
Absolutely. It's going to be a heck of a game.
How about them Cowboys?
Hey, by the way, the Spurs play tonight. Just thought I'd throw that in there for you. Bam.
Brooklyn's in town, right? Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? By the way, it was, I think they kept talking about it yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? It was like the 30 years ago when the Cowboys beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. And that phrase was spun from Jimmy Johnson in the locker room.
That locker
about them
that
Cowboys.
post-game celebration.
That happened.
From that time.
I believe it's 30 years ago.
Yep.
History lesson.
We'll see if the magic continues.
There you go.
Hopefully.
All right.
Thank
RJ,
you.
David, thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Time now is 9:39 and 62 degrees for now.
We'll be right back. As we enter the new year, many people are thinking about a new house. Coming up next, we'll look at how the market is doing after a roller coaster year. Welcome back. 9:43. Last year was a wild ride for the U.S. housing market. So what's in store for this year?
Economists and the CEO of the largest mortgage lending company in the U.S. weigh in on what we can expect this year. CNN's Cole Higgins has a look in today's Consumer Watch.
When it comes to the housing market, are we in for another roller coaster ride in 2023?
Next 12, 18, 24 months in housing is going to be difficult.
Last year, mortgage rates doubled, sales plummeted, and many would-be buyers and sellers were sidelined. In recent months, home prices have cooled off from their blockbuster gains from spring 2020 to the spring of 2022, when home prices rose nearly 40%.
House prices rose very strongly during much of the pandemic, and we're just retracing some of those price gains.
Economist Mark Zandi says the direction of the market this year will be determined by the inventory, the broader economy, and mortgage rates. According to Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.33% in the week ending January 12th. That's down from 7.08% last fall, but well above 3.45% from a year ago. The CEO of Rocket Mortgage says relatively high mortgage rates have caused homeowners to reconsider selling their homes, and that's leading to higher competition for those fewer homes on the market.
But we're not seeing
15 offers on one home at this point in time. We're starting to see prices come down a little bit in certain markets.
So when would be a good time to buy a home this year? Experts say avoid the spring selling season when homes tend to sell for a seasonal premium when buyers are committed to getting it done. And if you're waiting for prices to get back down, some experts say you could be left holding your breath.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily a buyer's market yet. What I would say is it's a pretty even market between buyer and seller.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
We've been on the upside of a roller coaster temperature-wise lately.
Yeah, I mean, it's been nice. I know some people, it's a little too hot for them, but at least it's not freezing cold.
I'm starting to hear that consensus from the people I talk to. Like, this is not an okay January. We need it to be a little bit cooler. I think we're going to get some cooler temperatures as we get towards the end of the month. At least that's the indication. But in the meantime, it's numbers like this, 81 degrees today, which is near a record. These numbers do come down. We'll be more average as we get into the weekend, but still above average through at least Friday. The average is about 63 or 64 this time of year. And going into next week, we'll warm back up probably above average. It's been a warm January, as we showed you yesterday. As of now, ranking second warmest on record. But what's down the line? So this is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, January 23rd through January 27th. And there are indications that things would be a little bit below average. Could we get some cooler air in here? Does the pattern kind of shift a little bit finally? That's what it looks like. Can't say that with any for sure certainty here, but that's the idea. So keep that in mind as we head towards the end of the month. In the meantime, we've got some fog that has developed down southeast of San Antonio. So Gonzales down to Bevo. You can see it here pretty nicely on the satellite picture. This will take some time to burn off, but it will. Everyone else is dealing with mostly sunny skies. We've got a few cirrus clouds working through, but that's not a big deal today. 53 Kerrville, 57 in New Braunfels. We're at 60 in Pleasanton, 61 Carrizo Springs, 58 Kennedy, and 66 within that fog and cloud cover down there in Victoria. Around San Antonio, upper 50s right now, but we should make some pretty big gains here next couple of hours with regards to the temperature. There's the scene outside, pretty nice, and 58 again, Stinson, 56 at Kelly. Not a lot of wind out there, and I don't expect much today, but that does change tomorrow. We'll get some gustier winds. We mentioned the fog. Visibility is still down close to zero there in Kennedy, so that's kind of the spot where fog is at its thickest. We haven't seen much improvement yet, but we will, as I said, probably within the next hour or so. 73 by noontime, 76 by 1 o'clock. Eventually, you make it up to about 81, which is just 1 degree shy of the record. Partly cloudy at 4 o'clock, and then we'll see some increasing clouds as we get into this evening and tonight. And by tomorrow morning, it's cloudy, and there could be a few very light showers around. So let me time this out for you. There is a look at 4 o'clock today, not much there. But by, say, 7, 8 o'clock, here comes the cloud cover, starts to thicken up overnight. Then we'll add in some small rain chances out ahead of a frontal boundary. Now, anything we see tomorrow morning is going to be very, very light, won't amount to much, may cause for a few slick roadways, but the window for rain is really pretty brief. By 7 o'clock, we do have a 20% chance of rain, but that front's starting to move through. Then once it passes by, drier air filters in, we get some gusty winds, and the rain chances basically are out of the picture. We'll get a lot of sun tomorrow afternoon. Gusty winds, dry air combined to give us a fire danger tomorrow. So the hill country and along Highway 90, that's where winds can be 15 to 25, gusting to 35. And with those lower dew points, there's a real fire danger there. So we got to be careful. We know how dry it's been. This is just going to add insult to injury. So be really careful out there. Obviously, no outdoor burning tomorrow. Just not a good idea at all. Here's the futurecast down the line. So this area of low pressure moves away. Here comes our next one. This one does dig a little bit deeper. You know, the problem we've had is these storm systems have been moving to our north and not far enough south to give us good rain chances. This one digs a little bit deeper to the south as we get into the weekend, and that may enhance our rain chances just a little bit as we get into Saturday. We'll get a little low that'll develop along the coast, and right now we're calling for a 30% chance of rain on Saturday. It's not going to be raining all day. Don't cancel your weekend plans, but be aware that there is a chance for some showers out there during the day, and that keeps temperatures down some. So here it is laid out in the 7-day forecast. 75 tomorrow, turning windy, drier, 71 Thursday, 66 Friday with increasing clouds, and 62 on Saturday with that 30% chance of rain. Clears out after that next front too. Sunday looks nice, maybe a little breezy, and 64.
Yeah, we'll cool off a little bit, at least for Saturday.
A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Again, the end of the month, that may be when we see some actual colder temperatures.
I haven't fished since October, and I think I'm going to go out Saturday and what they call that prefrontal bite.
Yeah.
It invigorates the fish, so we'll see how things go.
And maybe just a little bit of rain that works well for the fish.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We'll see. 9:49, 64 degrees.
And the price of eggs has skyrocketed this month, and that has families looking for new ways to get them. After the break, what a family who owns chickens is saying about the process.
The price of eggs has been a hot topic lately, and it's left some families looking for an alternative way to get them.
Jonathan Cotto spoke with people who own chickens and say they get an egg from each one of them almost every day.
Come on, chickens. The benefits of having your own chickens is not only you're saving money, the eggs that you're going to be consuming is a lot better.
He says it's not the hardest thing to do.
First, you have to start with a chicken coop. You don't have to go to this extreme, but you can buy a small chicken coop. And for the people that live in the urban areas, a little chicken coop is not too hard to build or go buy.
According to Jeter, a family of 4 can purchase 6 chickens and never have to worry about eggs again.
6 chickens, you're going to get 6 eggs a day. That's a half a dozen. Over a 7-day period, approximately 42 eggs. So that's a big savings out of a store.
And eggs aren't the only item that's gone up. If you own egg-laying chickens, you've probably noticed that the price for chicken feed has also increased.
Throughout the whole year, prices have been going up. It seems like, 1 month we see a price increase, a few weeks later we see another price increase.
Also on the rise, the number of people wanting their own chickens.
Oh yeah, with the price of eggs going up at the supermarket, people come in here and buy 2, 3 at a time. People are trying to be more self-sufficient at home, and I noticed that.
And it's self-sufficiency that Laura Hunt and her family really appreciate.
It's been really great. It's cool to have a little bit of food independence.
She says she's felt the increase on the price of chicken feed, but having her own eggs is totally worth it.
It's so much more convenient to just go to your backyard for eggs rather than going to the store and having to show up $5 every time for a dozen.
Chicks are about $5 each, and it takes them about 5 months to start laying eggs. A slow process, but it's something Jeter says it's all worthwhile.
The benefits of eating a farm fresh egg, it just doesn't get any better.
Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
And just a reminder, the Spurs play tonight. They are hosting the Brooklyn Nets at the AT&T Center. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m., and we're going to have all the highlights on the Night Beat.
Tomorrow on GMSA at night, it's another Science with Sarah. This time, Sarah and David will be out at Kuntz Elementary in Helotes, where they're going to be making moon craters with third graders. Tune in for that.
Plus, school is back in session, and we are recognizing our local educators tomorrow on GMSA at 9. We're going to introduce you to a teacher at Brooks Collegiate Academy who is inspiring her students to take reading to the next level.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, everyone is back at school today, and the weather's going to be really nice this afternoon. I'll be a little bit warm, so you're picking those kids up. No, it'll be in the 80s. Some near record heat coming up later today.
All right. And by the way, some people love raising chickens. The top chicken names, by the way, are Bradley Cooper, Frank Henstein, Hen Solo, Princess Leia, and Cluck Vader.
All perfect.
That's pretty good.
Bye, guys.